Hello, I'm Simulator and welcome back to Train Sim World. Today we'll be driving and having our episode on the London Overground. I've previously been on this line when I was staying in London now. When I was on holidays, it would have been 2014, I'm thinking. It would have been the last time that I was in London. I had the choice of using this North London line or the Northern Line London Underground, but today we are on a new for Train Sim World section.
Welcome to Stratford Station, the eastern terminus of the London Overground Mildmay line. Stratford Station, located in East London, first opened in 1839. It has grown into one of London's major transport hubs, connecting multiple rail, tube and DLR lines. London Overground operates Mildmay line services from here, heading west towards Richmond and Clapham Junction.
So here we are at Stratford. There's a train about to leave behind us.
Check out that missing route map nearby. Replace it while you're here.
So we're going to do the same old thing that we do, go on treasure hunts, which I wish we could turn off. Liking the look of this station. I can imagine this being on the London Overground. Here comes a train, Class 378. And I'm pretty sure we've driven this line in Train Simulator Classic.
Other tasks await, don't follow the markers to board your train in preparation for departure.
Right, let's get on the train.
Sit down in any available seat in the indicated carriage.
So it's looking pretty schmicko. This was the type of train that you would catch on the London Overground before the Class 710s that we've used on a previous episode on a different line. So not quite sure why we stopped there. Now this line was constructed in Train Sim World.
Originally opened as a small station, Stratford was significantly expanded in the 1990s to accommodate growing rail traffic and improve links across East London. Now, it serves as a vital interchange point for the Mildmay line.
There's a couple
Through
of
the
Forest
years,
Masters.
the Mildmay line has undergone significant changes. In the early 2000s, the service was integrated into London Overground's network, with improvements made to electrification and accessibility, providing a more efficient route across North London. It was recently renamed from the North London line to the Mildmay line. The Mildmay line was first electrified in 1916 by the London and North Western Railway using the 4th rail 660-volt DC system. This was later upgraded to use 750-volt DC 3rd rail in the 1970s. This too was removed in 1996 between Willesden and Camden in favour of using the 25 kV AC overhead system. In preparation for the 2012 Olympics, Stratford underwent major redevelopment. Platforms were expanded and new connections were added to accommodate the influx of passengers. The Mildmay line was instrumental during the Games, supporting a reliable link across the city. The train you'll be driving today is a BR Class 378 Capitalstar electric multiple unit. These trains entered service in 2009 and were specifically designed to operate across London Overground's extensive network. Prepare yourself to handle challenging passenger services through North London's diverse neighbourhoods. Experience the hustle of suburban rail as you navigate frequent stops and busy stations. This is Trainsim World London Overground Mildmay line, Stratford to Willesden Junction.
So that's what we've got coming up. So I was last on this line in 2014, so the London Olympics were held a couple of years beforehand. And I did enjoy using both the underground and the overground from where I was staying in North London to get to the centre of London. Please don't freeze on me. Okay, so we're going to go to the training centre now. I have driven the class 378 in Trainsim Classic. It is certainly a different beast to the class 710 that we've driven on London Overground services on a previous episode. So the winter sale will be over by the time you see this, but there was a winter sale. And some of the items that I paid good money for, and have no regrets about paying good money for, were cheap as chips during that sale. Speaking of older lines, the Great Western line, which opened up Trainsim World many years ago, the original version. The remaster is coming sometime early in 2026, which I'm looking forward to. And so we'll see how far it has come. I saw a very brief update. There's a lot more layers that are available. So let's go to the training centre. Seems like such a long time ago now. Episode 1 and the introduction to Trainsim World. At the time, I can remember thinking, by about episode 5 or episode 6, like, where's this going? This is just too complicated. It just doesn't do what it says on the tin, but screen elements and HUD configurations.
In this training module, you'll learn about the on-screen overlay known as the heads-up display, or HUD. You'll see it when you're in control of a train.
This is not where I wanted to go. This is not where I wanted to go. Yes, we will go back to the main menu, and we will go back to the class 378. I don't need to know how to use the HUD. Alright, to the trains. Choose a route. Mildmay line. Training modules. Pico train, I'll probably be better off doing this one. The 378, look at all this stock I have. And compared to some people, I probably don't have much at all, really. Class 378 TFL. This is where I wanted to go. Here we go, the class 378.
In this training module, you'll be learning how to drive a BR Class 378 Capitalstar electric multiple unit. During this brief introduction, you'll be taken through the critical driving controls and performing passenger operations. When you're ready, climb aboard. Take a seat in the driver's position so that you can prepare the train for service. For this introduction, you'll be completing a full loop of the circuit and performing passenger operations when you reach the next stop. Prepare the train for departure. To unlock the control desk, you'll need to insert and set the master key.
Alright, master key is on.
The reverser is used to determine the direction of travel.
Set the reverser to neutral. Press the AC system select button. AC system select, pressed. Press the pantograph up button, which conveniently is next to it. Pan up is pressed.
To begin loading passengers, you will need to open the passenger doors.
Open the passenger doors. Loading passengers. And indeed, okay, we are loading our simulated passengers like meow.
It's time to depart. Close the passenger doors.
There we go.
Set the headlights, as this will let others around you know that this train is operational.
Okay, headlights to day running. Set the reverser to forward.
This train features a combined power and brake handle, so to get the train moving, move the handle into the power range.
Power range. Reach a speed of 60 miles an hour, 96 miles an hour. So 4 power positions. Let's have a look outside. Alright, 96.
On level grades, you can coast to maintain your speed, reducing energy consumption and stress on the motors. When coasting, always remain vigilant of the gradient, as changes could cause the train to speed up or slow down.
Set the combined power handle to off.
Keeping to speed limits is important. If you begin overspeeding, apply a small amount of brake force by moving the power handle into the braking range. First entering service in July 2009, the BR Class 378s were built by Bombardier Transportation for use on the London Overground network. In 2006, Transport for London announced its plans to produce a new fleet of electric multiple units, Class 378 trains, as the Class 313s in service at the time were 30 years old. In July 2006, Transport for London announced that it had placed a £223 million order for 54 3-car and 4-car Bombardier Capitalstar EMUs. These units came in 2 variants, a dual voltage version designed for the North London line and a DC-only version for the East London line with longitudinal seating. The Class 378 has a top speed of 75 miles per hour, or 121 kilometers per hour, and a maximum carrying capacity of 1,178 passengers.
which is not bad for 4 cars. So we have to stop at the station in 1.6 k's. 1.7 k's, okay. Might get a bit of power. Now, of course, in the real world, you'd have road knowledge and that sort of thing, that you know where you should be powering to and where you should be braking.
You're now approaching the station, so prepare to slow down the train. Use the power handle to apply some braking force to bring the train to a gentle stop in the indicated position.
So I'm just coasting now because I did let the train. I did slow down the train before.
Now that the train has stopped, you can open the passenger doors.
And there we have it.
Good work. That concludes all the basics of operating this train.
Alright, so just to get reacquainted, which we've done, we will now go through to our scenarios and have a look at the actual route. Now, this was designed by one person. Which is fantastic. This is part of the Mildmay or the North London line. Apparently, the extension to the line in Train Sim World is underway. So we'll have a drive in the class 378. Then we should do the route in the class 710. Alright, pick a route. Looking forward to getting back into Great Western Express, the updated version. Okay, London Overground. So we have played the Gospel Oak to Barking Riverside line before. And here's the Mildmay line. We'll start the scenarios first. Okay, so we've got the choice between early morning service, route learning, a normal day in the office, engineering works, and Christmas chaos. So we'll just work through them one at a time. There's probably 3 episodes worth of content there. Let's start with the early morning service, and I certainly know what early mornings are like now. Start your day at setting up a Class 378 at Willesden Train Depot and preparing it for service. Once everything is ready, take the train out of the depot and operate the early morning run from Willesden Junction to Stratford. Manage the quiet morning atmosphere and ensure a smooth start to the day's operations. So that should take us 53 minutes, so we'll do this one. do like that shot. That's from the Riviera line. Alright, there was a winter sale, but the winter sale will be over by the time you're seeing this. I did pick up a couple of lines on the cheap. Those sales are really good if you missed a particular line that you want or you're after some add-ons. Early morning service, this is our first scenario. I wonder how early they're going to call early. Well, it's dark. Good morning, welcome to your shift. Today you'll be driving an early morning service from Willesden Junction to Stratford. Head over to the depot to start your pre-departure checks. Remember to stay alert as this route can get busy even in the early hours. Oh, it's 10 past 6 in the morning. This is a late start for me in so I'll move over to the footway. So there's a look at our train. So we'd go and sign on and we'd find out what road our train is in and what set we have. Alright, so we'll shut the door. We'll sit in the seat. Alright, set the master key to on. Master key to on. Reverser to neutral. Press the AC system select button, which tells the train that we're using the AC power and the pantograph rather than third rail. Yeah, we just did that. Now we have to press pan up. The marker lights to night running. Reverser to forward. Alright, get moving. Reaching movement. Slow speed inside the depot. Now I've got a rather large blind spot with the way that the train was sitting with the screen. You've only got a little window to look out in reality. Now we know that we have to stop in 160 yards, so there's no need to get excited. Alright, to continue the journey, this service power mode must be changed. Okay, so set the reverser to neutral. Press the pan down button. So they mustn't have third rail inside the depot. Set the marker lights to off. Set the reverser to off. Take the key. So we're going to go up the other end of the train. So we'd be operating on batteries at the moment. Alright, what are we doing? Cow in the train. Close the door. Sit in the seat. Alright. Set the junction so you can exit the depot. Okay. Alright, so we've set the points. Master key to on. Reverser to neutral. Okay, select the DC select button. So we're going to third rail. And the shoe down button. Shoe up, pan down, shoes down. Select the marker lights to night running. So the train's powered up. Reverser to forward. Winter horn. Inching movement. Again, we're leaving a depot, so no need to get excited with our speed. Okay, so we're definitely on third rail here, there's no overhead. Now, I've never driven a train with third rail overhead. We've only got a 15 mile an hour speed limit here for the moment. Okay, just going to go slowly through these points, just coast through them. set the reverser to neutral. Marker lights to off. Reverser to off. Take the key and change ends again. We'll go for a walk on the platform this time. Okay, so there's a tube train. From memory, this is a 96 stop. Alright. So there's our destination indicator on the side. We'll close that door, open the seat. Alright. Master key to on. Reverser to neutral. Headlights to night running. Reverser to forward. Load passengers on the left. Load passengers to the left. So we've got a screen here showing our doors, status of the doors. So the red ones are open, blue ones are closed, fault indicated in yellow, door cut out in white. So 6:22 is the time. 1st of November 2023, and our destination in Stratford. We'll lock the doors. Here we go. And we're off. Leaving on a caution. To continue the journey, the power mode must be changed. I don't remember this. Although, then again, I haven't driven this train in real life, so we're not gonna do it. Shoes up. Get up. Hands up. Alright, got brakes. Now, it's interesting that they had us do that midsection. Where's our audio gone? We did select the AC system. We already selected that. Why are we going backwards? Let's see, where's our cap height? Our doors are closed. What's that height say? I reckon we didn't change over in neutral. No, we're still rolling backwards. Alright, keys on. We didn't put the reverser back to forward. There we go. So what we didn't do, because the system, the on-screen display didn't tell us to, we did change over to overhead power, but what I didn't do, I didn't make sure that I was in neutral when I did it. So that's much better. And that's a risky run when you run a dual system. When you run a dual power system. Alright, so 45 miles an hour is our speed limit at the moment. There's our station. And we've overshot. So interesting here, if we have a look outside, oh no, it's opened all the doors. It's my first day, okay? What I forgot, one of the several things I forgot, was, okay, there's short 4-car trains, but they're also short 4-car platforms. It's not like running a short train for a long platform. Also, in real life, I'd also know where I should start braking and what speed I should hit the platform when I'm braking. This one's we're going better. Just take a little bit of brakes off now. That's much better. Yeah, that's much better. In real life, you can use your monitors. And of course, in real life, I know where the stations are too. And in real life, I know if I was doing this in North London, I'd know exactly how far 700 yards is. Alright, there's the station. Coming in nicely, don't forget short platform, short train. Much better. Okay, so they do have markers for class 3, 7, 8 and 7, 10, which is the same stop, which is the same place. West Hampstead, I think that was one of the stations where I used to get off to catch a bus to my accommodation when I was in North London. Oh, and as usual, I've just remembered that we haven't turned on any of the safety systems. There should be a mode which says that you've got your safety systems already set up. Then we're okay. We're just okay, but we're okay. Let's have a look, see if we can... Need a circuit breakers. Oh, our safety systems would be here. Vigilance. Driver safety system normal. Traction interlock normal. Vigilance normal. Driver safety systems normal. AWS normal. DRA normal. Alright, everything's normal. Let's get back in the seat. Finchley Road next. What does this do? Contact signal. Proceeded signals indicate. Okay. Our driver's reminder advice. Locked doors. Oh, it might have been Hampstead Heath. No, or was it West Hampstead? I can't remember. It was one of those two, I think, where I used to get off. I know the underground station was a little bit of a walk, or I could catch a bus. But if I wanted to go to the overground, I certainly needed a bus. I'm speeding. I forgot that was 45. Nah, I think it was West Hampstead where I used to get off. I don't think it was here. Was that a warning sign for leaves on the line? Yeah, pretty sure it was West Hampstead where I got off. Gospel Oak next. A bit of wheel slip. Oh dear, forgot about its money. Oh, is my reverser still in forward? It should be. I'm so out of practice. I'm used to driving simulated trams or real trains. Kentish Town West next. Yeah, I definitely reckon that's a leaves warning sign. Alright, let's have a look. So we have our... Don't know if we'll be able to see it through our window. Yes, we do. So the whole idea of this car marker is to have our shoulder in line with the car marker there, which I've gone a little bit over. Camden Road. I've got a 20 coming up that I haven't been. Oh, I've gone into emergency and I forgot about the 20. Not my finest hour. So we're only on a 20 till after the next station, then it moves to a 40. That's a better stop. Caledonian Road, okay. Must remember I'm still on a 20. And of course all these small speeds are written into the timetable. So we've got a 40 board coming up shortly. So we've got a route indicator to go towards the left. There's our board for 40. Gotta wait for the whole train to pass it. There it goes. Okay, Canadian Roadie's coming up. So a danger here is we've been going left, left, left. Now we've got to unlock doors on the right. We've come up a little bit short of the marker. Although having said that, in my defence, it seems as though the markers that I'm using may not necessarily line up with the markers on the actual signs. Lock doors on the right. I could well and truly be wrong on that one. Highbury and Islington. Okay, we're on a 40. And it doesn't take long to get up to 40. Reckon we're going to be a bit over here. A bit probably turns out to be a lot. I believe these trains have selective door operation, which may not be reflected in the gameplay. Alright, Canterbury next, and we're still on a 40. So 40 seems to be a fairly average speed. Okay, just coming up to 7 AM. Now that can be a bit distracting. When you've got another train next to you that's also loading and unloading, you can hear the opening and closing of the doors, but that's not necessarily your doors. Dowston Highland next. So we're on a 40 board, got a 45 coming up. A lot of it's down to routine and repetition, and knowing, for instance, this bridge might be a breaking point in real life. Any number of things can be breaking points or shut-off points or powering points. There we go. So Richmond train on the left, my train to Stratford on the right. Hackney Central next. So we're on a 45 board now. So we'll shut off and we'll roll in. This bridge could be a marker, this signal could be a marker, the points could be a marker. There's no short of potential shut-off and braking points that you use. what time period this would be set in. Hermiton Platform 2. That's in just over half a mile. Is that a bus depot? Certainly is a bus depot. Now, can I say definitely that I feel like I'm in London driving this train? Yeah. Can I say that it's accurate? No, I can't. Haven't really heard complaints. The only complaint that I've heard is, oh, it's not the real line, but when you consider it's only one person doing it, and they've decided to release this section of the route first. Alright, here's my braking mark on. Bit over. Now, screens don't work in game, but I presume they would be the cameras that you would see, that you'd see the platform with. Alright, Hackney Wick is next. You know, for what's not a complete line, there's still a fair amount in this. Okay, we do have a 25 board coming up, and possibly a set of points, and then a 40 after the next station. So not only do we have to worry about the braking here for the station, we also have to worry about the change in speed. So we're coming up to that now, so we'll slow down a bit more. Alright, so we're at the speed now, 25. And the station round the corner. So a slow speed stop. These ones can take you a bit by surprise though. Having a look at it, the stopping marker looks to be pretty much aligned with the sign. Now I'm just a little bit over it again. I should have the sign in my window, not the first passenger window. Stratford next, our final stop. So we're on a 40 now, but coming into the last stop, regardless of if it's an actual terminal or not, they usually get a bit slower. So we've got a 20 and then a 15 just before the station. So we'll prepare for the 20 first, which we've done. So the 20 is just the other side of these points. And then just before the station is a 15. So there's our 20 board next to the signal. So we've got one more signal to go before we go onto the platform, and then a 15 just before the platform. So we can see the signal coming up. So we'll get ready for the 15. So we're going on to platform 1. Alright, we'll just roll in now. 15 board coming up just around the corner. There's our 15 board. Pardon me. Slow speed stop. And here we are at Stratford. Alright, that should be end scenario. So overall we didn't do too badly considering silver medal. I'm level 27 in total. And Mildmay iron and class 378 level 4. Anywho, that has been the first episode that we'll do on this line. I have been Simulator Dirk. Thanks for watching. Ta-ta and farewell. Bye-bye for now. See you next time. Stay safe out there and stay behind the yellow line.